And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kareem Martin in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they do.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A 1st down carry for Barkley. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A handoff to Barkley. Down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 down at the 33. They run it here with Thompson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll look to throw here. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Steps away to, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish that.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Over!
Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And this is going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Matt Ioannidis in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now back to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball.
And the ball is knocked out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now Saquon Barkley, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Rosas puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run with Thompson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up to throw. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that will help him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man right side is Ingram. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Ballooning. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And New York set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. They'll throw now on the final play. It's caught. Beckham. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Now out come the Giants. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Barkley fights loose, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, it's right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught at the 7. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
First and goal, Jonathan Stewart. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are in for 6. And it's up and good. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Detroit! Detroit!
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. It's a big play there for the Redskins on 3rd down. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Davis with it left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Right, now,
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Thompson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They begin with a run by Barkley. A good move, but not much room to run. Brought down at the 5. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. They get 9 there, and in the process, escaping their end zone, picking up a first down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll drop to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll look to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now back to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. Back to throw again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 44 yards. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before.
And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Back to throw now on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Redskins. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Back to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. He's back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if he can make someone miss in the open field.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He'll look to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Gone!
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Giants, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.